Hey everybody, welcome to Body Love Fitness. We are circuit today. For today's class, you will only need a couple of weights. I've got my two 10-pound weights here. Two 10 pounds anywhere around there, 8, 10, 12, around there is great. If you don't have anything, try soup cans. If you have the band kit, feel free to have a long band with handles, heavier weight, anywhere from 40 to 70 or 80. Yeah, let's get into it. Hips and ribs hug in together, shoulders back and down, into our walk. Oh my goodness. Let's take a big deep breath all the way in, all the way out. Roll the shoulders back. Yes, starting to get a little bit warmer today. Getting those joints all nice and lubricated. 4, 3, 2, side to side. Move nice and slow to begin with. Shoulder blades are moving around the rib cage, squeezing gently towards the back. Ribs are hugging down, so we're not moving it all through the torso. 4, 3, 2, legs nice and wide into butt kickers. Oh yeah, one of the thoughts I had when I was like falling asleep last night was I should really change the warm-up. I think I've done this warm-up now for like 3 years in a row. So it's probably time to switch it up a little bit. 4, 3, 2, knees up. Hips and ribs are hugging in together. No tucking in the tailbone. Keep everything nice and tall. Shoulder blades are moving down our back. Big deep breaths. Don't hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, heel taps forward. This is our, not our mobility, it's our cardio and strength circuit today. So I hope you've got your running shoes. Lots of water. 4, 3, 2, back to your march. Lower those shoulders, lift the head up long and tall. Think about what's happening through this core here. Hips and ribs hug in together like you've put a corset on from your back, sides, and front. 4, 3, 2, side to side. Give a little check-in with your body. Do you feel any sort of limitations or discomfort? Is there anywhere where you might want to spend a little bit more time warming up before you start today's class? Anywhere where you might have to be a little bit more mindful of your movement? Sometimes at the beginning of class you can find these little things, and sometimes by the end they're all gone. 4, 3, 2, legs nice and wide into those butt kickers. But it's nice to be able to check in with your body to see where it's at and notice those changes happening. It creates that better connection, that brain-body connection. Nice work. 4, 3, 2, knees up. Long and tall through that spine. Neck feels long here. Shoulders are low. Nice work. 4, 3, 2, heel tap forward. Descending sets are on today's list. 1 minute, 50 seconds, and then 40. We have a 15-second break between each one, and a 1-minute break at the end of each round. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll those shoulders. Let's get some movement through our joints here. We can just start to sway. Big deep breaths. Maybe we start to move our hands one side and then the other. Just nice, gentle twisting, nothing big. Then once you get a bit more familiar, you know that there's no discomfort, you can make it a little bigger. My whole body is moving here. Feet are shifting on the ground, little twist through the knees and the hips. 1 or 2 more. Good stuff. All right, roll those shoulders. Okay, let's bounce. Feet are about hip distance apart, hips and ribs hug in together. Those heels are gonna hit the floor. So let's see if we can maybe compress them a little bit more, hit them down a little bit more. Make a little noise. Have a little earthquake. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Whew. Okay, keep those toes facing forward, hips and ribs hug in together, little bend in the knees, arms are out in front, big deep breath in. Exhale to rotate and open. This time we're going to see about keeping those hips forward. So only movement through the hips all the way up, or the lower back all the way up. Mostly through the rib cage and up. If you haven't already, we're going to inhale to start, exhale to open for the last 2. Inhale back, exhale to open to the other side. Roll the shoulders. Give yourself a little wiggle. Okay, so we should feel a little warmer generally speaking. We're going to do some hip cars for our mobility this morning. I am going to walk over here, so hopefully you can still see me. Use something for a little bit of support. So hip cars, hips and ribs are going to hug in together a little more intentionally here, with a little bit more control, because we don't want to feel any movement through our hips. We're going to lift our leg up, move it out, rotate the knee down and the foot up, and then pull that all the way around. Come all the way through, same thing, up, out, rotate towards the back, and back in. Shake it out, same leg here, we're gonna go backwards. So we're gonna push our foot back behind us, come out to the side, rotate the foot down, to the front, down. Last time, push your foot back. All the way up, knee and ankle are pressing up towards the ceiling. Rotate the foot down towards the ground, to the front and back. Give that a shake. Other side, hips and ribs hug in. Do your best not to wiggle through the lower back at all. Knee is going to come up. We're rotating out to the side. Come on to you've got your knee and your ankle moving up towards the ceiling, and then pull that to the back. Knees come back together, all the way up to the front, out, rotate, move it around. Knees come back together. I like to wiggle it out anytime you need to. Brace that core, protect the lower back, foot goes back. We're coming up, rotate down to the front and back down. Last rotation, push that foot back, rotate it up, move the foot down to the front and back down. Okay, one more, just to get those inner thighs talking. Nice and wide here, not super wide, but wide enough. Toes are mostly facing forward here. We're just gonna do a little side to side. Bum goes back, hips come forward. Little bit of stretch through those inner thighs, just checking in with how they feel on our body. This is a dynamic stretch. We aren't warm enough to stay and hold those stretches yet. So we just want to move through them nice and gently. Just feeling that inner thigh stretch. 1 or 2 more. Okay, we should feel nice and warm now, yeah? Okay, but you know what that means. It's time to grab a drink. I hope that you have some water. We're starting with our cardio. This one, you probably, if you've done circuit before, you probably know. It is just a run up, walk back. All right, timer is on. So pick a side of the room. We're just gonna run up and walk back. You can walk there and walk back if you want to, but we're in it. Here we go. Normally you can't see me the way that I was filming before, but now you can see me the whole time. I'm not coming in and out of the screen. If you can, think about what foot you're starting with. See if you can start off on a different foot each time. If you do not have the space or you don't want to make as much noise here, you can be here, getting that heart rate up. Or here, whatever you choose to do. Our goal, we've got 30 seconds. Our goal with our cardio is to get that heart rate up. So think about the 0 to 10. 0 sitting on a couch, 10 running a marathon. Are your heels tapping down? Sorry to distract you. We want that heart rate to go up between like a 7 and a 9. Maybe a 6, maybe a 5. Oh, less than 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet are gonna face forward. We've got 12 seconds between, so keep your feet moving. Keep that heart rate doing its thing. We're moving into transverse squats here, so it's a little tricky if you've never done it before. Think of a 45-degree angle. Here we go. Drop it out and down. Come back to the center, other leg. Drop it out, down. So one foot is staying facing forward the whole time. The other leg is going to come out at about a 45-degree angle. It should feel a little bit wonky. So it should feel like it's kind of awkward, like you're not sure if you're doing it right. That's okay. The important thing here is that I want you to make sure that there's space between those heels for your bum to drop down. Not super spaced, not like a big lunge, almost like you've got your feet about mat distance apart. So pretend there's a mat on the floor. Maybe there is a mat on your floor. That'll be a good anchor. We've got 10 seconds here. Nice work. Brace that core. Bum goes back. Chest stays lifted. And done. 2 heavy weights. I've got my 2 10s. It's been a while since I worked out, so we'll see how well these ones work. We're going into a deadlift with a row. So feet are facing forward, about hip distance apart, so closer together. Shoulders are back and down. Deadlift is bum goes back. Hips come forward. So this is your deadlift. If you want to stay right here, I love that. Hands only come to about your knees. That's about where your back stops. We'll start working if you start moving down farther. We don't want your back to be doing the work here. If you want to add the row, we're dropping, pulling up, letting it come down, and then squeezing back to the top. Drop, squeeze, lift, drop it down, and up tall. Shoulder blades are squeezing together with these rows. Hands are coming to our hips rather than our chest. So keep those hands low so that you don't feel like your shoulders are coming up to your ears. 10 seconds. Nice work. You be the boss of those weights. 3, 2, 1. Done. We're going to put these to the side. It is time for another cardio. We're going to go into, sorry for the snifflies, we're going to go into a squat and press. So my legs are going to be a little bit wider this time. Toes are facing forward. Hips and ribs hug in together. We're going to drop it into squat. Come up. Not press, sorry. Punch. Drop. 1, 2. Drop. 1, 2. Now this is about cardio. So this isn't about how deep you're getting that squat. It's about the movement. It's that heart rate coming back up again. And it's a good time to get any aggression out if you need to. Those little punches are always nice to have for the upper body. Now you can punch right in front of you. You can punch up if you'd like. Just make sure those ribs stay hugged down. Nice work. 20 seconds. Are you breathing? How's that heart rate? If you want a little more here, you can also add a little jump at the top. A little pop on those heels. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Next on the list, we are going to a bicep curl. Yes. Grab those weights out again. Heavier-ish. Shoulders are back and down, palms face out. Little bend in those knees and squeeze it up. With these ones here, our shoulders are doing a really good job holding your shoulder blades down. We are controlled the whole time. Heart rate is coming back down. Take those big deep breaths. Squeeze it up. Release it down. When you get to the top, can you give those elbows, those arms a squeeze at the top so you're like cracking a nut in the crook of your arm? The other thing we want to make sure that can happen is we can start to use momentum, which means we can start to lift like this. We don't want that. That's your whole body doing that job. We just want to feel those biceps working. And if you can't lift your weight like that, choose a different weight, my friend. 3, 2, 1. Keep a hold of one of these weights. We're going to a tricep overhead press. So this weight is going to come back behind your body. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Hug in the elbows. Brace that core. And we press it up. Let it come back down. Exhale to press. Your arms, your upper arms are staying close to your ears. They are also doing their best not to move a lot, those arms. Nice work. If you're finding your back to be uncomfortable here, just make sure you do have a split stance and you've got that core engaged. You might even find being at a 45-degree angle can be a little more helpful rather than being all the way straight up. If you do not like this position at all, you can do a kickback here with 2 lighter weights. Squeezing back. The idea here is we're straightening out the arm, feeling the back of that upper arm working. You've got 7 seconds. Are you still breathing? 2 and 1. Our next one is a new one. We're going into what's called a box jump. I don't have a box in front of me, luckily, because you'd see me fall on my face, but we're gonna pretend there's one there. We're gonna start from a bent position here, nice and soft. Brace the core. You're gonna jump yourself forward and then scooch back. Jump forward, scooch back. When you are scooching back, try to alternate which leg comes back. Forward, scooch back. If you're like, oh, I don't think my knee's like that, I want you to come up quick. Bum, 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 bum. Other leg, bum, 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 bum. Nice. There's lots of ways that you can make this work, and if you liked one of the other cardios better, then do that one. That's a good thing, right? You're in your own room, your own home. So if there's something that you want to do that's different than the class, no one's going to stare at you. If you ever need any more clarification, you know where I am. 10 seconds. We're going to need one of those weights coming up next. In 3, 2, 1. How's your heart rate? I'm going to grab my 10-pound weight again. Heart rate's going to come back down. That was a big one for me. Keep those feet a little closer together here. Brace the core. First, we're starting with our core march, so just up. Keeping that spine long and tall. Shoulders are down and back. My weight is starting here at my chest because I want to add a bit of a twist. So I'm going to come up, twist, front, and down. Oh, up, twist, front, and down. If the twist is not working for you, drop it. Just do your core march, nice and slow and controlled. Brace that core. Shoulders are down and back. 13 seconds. Think about what your foot is doing on the ground. See if you can lift the arch up. It is really difficult to do with a soft floor. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last one here. We're doing a plank. So you can plank from the ground, you can plank from the wall, you can plank from your countertop. I'm gonna plank from the wall for this one. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so wherever you are, your hands are directly under your shoulders or elbows. You can be here on a wall or on the ground. Shoulders are pulling back and down. Hips and ribs hug in together. Let's move our face away from the surface. So if we've got the floor or the wall and our head is pushing in, can we pull that chin back? Feel the back of your body working here. We want to press the surface away so that we feel the front of the body working. We feel a little bit like the shoulder blades are moving away from each other. Big deep breaths all the way in and all the way out. You've got it. If you're at the wall, you can always bend your knees slightly. Keep going. You've got 7 seconds. I love this for you. This is our last one before we have our 1-minute break. 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, take a little walk. So for that plank, we can be planking from the wall, just like I was. You can also be planking from the ground, either on elbows and knees, hands and knees, toes and hands, that's what that one was, or elbows. So there's a lot of variation with the plank. There's less of that variation when you're on the wall, but the wall is going to be, or the countertop's going to be a little bit easier. We've got 40 seconds, my friends. Do I have any jokes for you today? My jokes are all put away for now because we're still organizing this little space. 30 seconds. It is important that you keep your body moving here. We are starting with our run up and walk back. We have a 50-second round coming up. In 20 seconds. We're going to the transverse squats. If the transverse squats don't make sense to you, I want you just to step out to the side, right? Easy peasy. We're going in 10, not yet though. The transverse squats are after the run up. Are we ready for the run? Clear your space. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. If you need a little bit more of that cardio to come up, if your heart's like not coming up as fast as you want it to or as high as you want it to, get the knees up. That is a huge help. If you feel unsafe, feel free to walk yourself back. That backwards motion is super good for your knees though, so try not to skip it. The other thing is we want those heels to tap down. Otherwise, your calves are going to be unhappy with me. 16 seconds. Nice work. We are so close, my friends. 5, 4, 3. Transverse squats are coming up right about now. If you want, you can grab a weight. Hold it at your chest. You don't have to. My feet are going to start about hip distance apart, so relatively close together. Hips and ribs hug in together. Shoulders are back and down. Are we ready? Drop it down. And up. Range of motion is up to you. Lift your torso. Drop your bum. Do your best not to lean yourself forward. If you find that you are leaning forward at the end, like this, that means that your hip flexors are a little too tight, and we want you to stay upright, drop down a little less. We want the glutes to work here, and the hammies in the back. Use that breath to push you back up to the top. 16 seconds. Remember that you have the option here, side to side, if the other one feels too funky. 7 seconds. All the same cueing applies, long and tall. Drop your bum. Done. Nice. Roll the shoulders. Deadlift is coming, so let's grab our weights. Adding the row if that feels good for you. Shoulders are back and down. Feet are hip distance, not really wide. Bum goes back. Row it up. Drop it down. And lift. Bum goes back. So they're all separate range or separate movements, right? We're not being messy here. We're being nice and controlled. So finish your deadlift down. Figure out where that is. Hold there. Squeeze it up. Pause. Drop it down and then come up. 20 seconds. In that row, you should feel the shoulder blades squeezing together around the spine, the muscles pulling them together. Between the shoulder blades, not the ones up to your ears. 7 seconds. Oh, I'm gonna feel so good. 2, 1. Back to cardio. Heart rate is coming back up again. We're going to do our squat and punch. Okay, I'm gonna have my feet a little farther apart this time. Hips and ribs hugging together, shoulders back and down. Let's do it. Drop. Alternate which hand goes first. As fast as you want. This is to get that heart rate back up. Yes. And it's to get the aggression out. Anyone in particular you want to be envisioning in front of you? Maybe a politician, maybe a neighbor. Who knows? Get the aggression out. Let's just do it. Better out than in. I had a friend once always said, 12 seconds. Get that heart rate up. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have bicep curls and triceps coming up. Bicep curls, lots of different variations for this one. This is the one I'm teaching today. You can also have your palms face in, shoulders back and down, and you're squeezing up. The action is always the same with biceps. We're keeping the upper arm nice and stable, and we're bending that elbow, squeezing up to the top. Try to make sure that as you're pulling those weights up, you're coming to your shoulders, not into your chest. So you can be palms face up or palms face together, whatever works the best for you. 20 seconds, squeeze it up. Oh, just bracing the core, not using momentum, little bend in those knees. 12 seconds. The knee bend is good because it's getting more muscles engaged. It's keeping your knees safer. It's also helping you engage that core a little bit more. All done. Keep one of these weights or grab 2 light ones if that's better for you. I'm gonna put my right leg forward this time because I put my left leg forward last time. All the way to the back. Hug those ribs down. Press up. So one of the reasons that we have lower back discomfort in this position is because we have lots of weight on our backs, kind of wanting to push our back backwards like this. So we really want to do our best to hug those ribs down and keep them connected as we move through. That is going to be the thing that stabilizes our lower back and protects our lower back. 26 seconds. Now, not everyone has the ability to be able to control that. If you have some chronic injury back there, you might not feel comfortable regardless of how you try. If that is the case, we are here. There is always an alternative. Press back. Eventually, I'll have a little me in the corner here showing you that alternative. 4, 3, 2, but we're not quite there yet. Okay, biceps, triceps, that means it's cardio again, my friends. This is our box jump cardio, or quick up, quick back, changing feet. Are we ready? 2, 1, let's go. Scurry yourself back. You don't even have to go that far, right? If you're on TikToks like me or Instagram like me, you see people jumping on tall boxes. This is what we're trying to do here. That's that vision we're going for. I do not envision you jumping on your countertop or your coffee table. Please don't do that. 20 seconds. But this impact is super good. Keep going. This impact is super good for our joints. We need to have that impact to tell our joints we need more lubrication and protection there. 8 seconds is also good for bone density. Whew, so do what you can. 3, 2, done. Whew. Okay. Core march with a weight if you choose. Up to you. And plank to finish. Almost done, friends. Hips and ribs hug in, feet are close. Knees are a little bit bent. Lift it up. Add a twist if you're willing. Back to the front and down. So what is happening here to keep me secure in this position? My arch is slightly lifted in my foot. My knee is a little bit bent. My glute, that is the standing leg, is squeezing as I lift that leg up. Oop, turn towards the knee, Jen. Turn towards the knee that is lifted. Whew. And if you're like, I cannot get this to work, drop your weight or just lift up your heel and squeeze. That's also really, really good. Maybe more effective depending on how you showed up today. 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. Plank. Are we planking on the floor? Are we planking on the wall? On the countertop? Where are we at? We're going in 4, 3, 2. Here we go. We want to do our best to keep our bum from going up too high. We don't want to feel pressure in our lower back. So make sure your hips and ribs hug in together, and that might lift your bum up a little bit, and that's okay. Press into the ground so you feel the shoulder blades separate. You can feel more muscle activity in the front of those arms. We are breathing. We are maybe shaking a little bit. Brace that core, draw your shoulder blades down, lift your head away from the surface, whether that's the floor or the wall or the counter. Feel the back of your neck working slightly here. We got to be close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. All right. 1 minute. Grab your water. It's funny, after all these years, you'd think I'd be able to come up with a joke on command. Alas, I cannot. I had that question asked to me this weekend. Oh, you can tell jokes, tell us a joke. I'm like, I don't have my book in front of me. All right. This is where we want that heart rate to come down. We do want to keep our feet moving though, because what happens is that we get this blood pumping through our body really fast, right? The heart beats fast, that's pumping our blood fast, giving us lots of energy. If we then stop, it means that the blood kind of doesn't get a reason to come back up again. It slows that heart rate right down really quickly, and we end up getting some blood pooling in the lower extremities. So keeping our body moving, you can even tap the heels. That's also a good thing to do. A little extra bouncing in our lives never hurt. We've got 15 seconds left. Last run. Are we ready? Are you ready for it? Let's do it. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's finish this strong. We've been here for a good, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, working our butts off. Let's keep doing it. This is our last one. We've only got 25 seconds left because it's our fastest one. Whatever feels the best for you. If you want to be walking or running on that way back, if you want those knees up, if you want to turn this into a jumping jack, do what you want to do. Nice work, under 10. 3, 2, 1, done. Fabulous. Okay, what do we got? We have our transverse or our side squats. You can hold a weight if you'd like. Feet are relatively close to start. Here we go. Drop and lift. Oh. So with my life being chaotic over the last month or so, I have not done a lot of working out. And today I'm going to teach, I think I've got it on list to teach like 3 classes. So we'll see how I feel after that. 18 seconds. I've got some minis that I'm recording today. 10. I've already got some great feedback about the minis, although I think there's only warm-ups and cool-downs and one other mini and done. But you know, we're getting there. Grab your weights, deadlifts are coming. Adding the row if you want, you don't have to. Shoulders are back and down. Little bend in those knees, bum goes back. I'm going to focus on my deadlift. I like to feel how my hamstrings in the back of my body stretch as I come down and have them working as I come back up. If you can cue into what your body is doing, it helps you in your everyday life. You can feel those muscles turn on. If you need a little extra support, you can usually access them to turn them on. 8 seconds. Oh my goodness gracious. 2 and 1. Nice. Okay. Whew. Let's check. Done. We have our squat and punch coming up. Nice and wide. And here we go. Are you ready? Drop it down. We can punch up. We can punch to the front. Just make sure those ribs stay down the whole time. When you're coming up to punch, I'm doing my best not to twist my body too much. I've got my core really working here, so I do have some rotation, but mostly in my shoulders, not in my lower back. 14 seconds. I don't know if we've had enough squats today. Do you think we've got enough squats in the program? 3, 2, 1, done. What's next? Bicep curls. Let's do it. We can have that open grip facing up, or the hammer curl with your palms facing in. Little bend in those knees, shoulders are back and down. Let's go. Whatever you choose, make sure that the shoulder blades are being controlled by all those muscles, so they're not rounding your shoulders forward as you come forward. We're pulling back and down, holding there as we move through. Knees are a little bent. With these single joint movements, it's a really good opportunity to take those big deep breaths, start to calm that heart down. 3, 2, 1. Nice triceps. Either over your head or side by side. Hips and ribs hug in together. Hug those ribs down, especially if you are in this position here, and then press it up. You can also experiment with only coming back down to about 90 degrees. Sorry, that was a lot of little mumblies in there, but 90 degrees will keep that tricep nice and active the whole time. As you come down, it starts to stretch, which is not the end of the world. We all need a little stretch in those triceps, but if you want them to stay on, halfway, squeeze it up. Draw the shoulders down your back. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Last cardio, which is a good thing. I don't know why I saved the best for last, but I did. Okay, we ready? Here we go, shoulders back and down. You're either jumping or you're quick step. Right, making sure that you alternate which leg leads you back to the start. Halfway. Good stuff, love it. If this does not feel good on your knees at the end, pick a different option. 12 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 2 more. Core march. You don't have to have a weight, but you can. I'm gonna start with my my heels up. So feet are close together-ish. Brace the core, either lift the knee all the way up or just that heel, and rotate if you'd like. Nice and controlled with that rotation. If you've added it, and if you're like, yeah, I want to finish doing everything, I want to go big or go home, that's okay. If that's the energy you're bringing to class today, I love that for you. Brace the core. Just know that you don't have to every time. 2 and 1. Nice work. We're finishing strong with a plank of your choice. It can be an upside down plank if you'd like. I'm going to do myself a wall plank. Hips and ribs are hugging in together. Draw the shoulders down, press the surface away. Little bend in those knees. And breathe. Gently glide the chin back so you feel tension in the back of your neck. I like to have my knees slightly bent when I'm on the wall here, otherwise I feel like my back starts to get involved. Same would be for me on the countertop. It is much more hard to bend your knees when you're on the ground, but I also typically am on my knees when I'm on the ground. 8 seconds. Shoulders are back and down. Brace that core. 3, 2, 1. Done. Take a little walk around. Grab your water. Say something amazing about yourself. You just finished a 35-minute workout. A hot and sweaty 35-minute workout. That's going to make your life easier now. And you get to feel good about that all day today. Okay, roll the shoulders. Maybe we'll try that swing again, one side and then the other, just like we're trying to tap our hips on one side. Little bend in the knees. They can come with you if you want, or they can stay, whatever feels safer for you. Maybe we can make it a little bit bigger so we get some height out of those arms. Nice. Twisting is so good for our body, our digestive system, our movement in our spine. 1 or 2 more here. Take it back down to a nice slow. And then roll those shoulders. Amazing. Okay. 1 step forward, 1 step back. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Let's stretch our calf first in the back. So keep the heel down, and we're going to lean into this front leg here. We want to make sure the foot in the back is facing forward, that your toe is pointing forward. If you have your toe out to the side, you probably won't feel the stretch evenly in the back of that foot or the back of that lower leg. 1 more breath. And come on back up. We're going to stay like this. We're going to lift up our heel, tuck in our pelvis, and sink ourselves down. You can use a chair for some support if you'd like. We're looking for a little bit of a stretch here in our quad in the front of our back leg. And if we can squeeze this glute here and push the hip forward, we're going to move that up into the hip flexor. And if this feels good and you feel safe here, you can also add a little lift up with your arm, maybe a little lean to the side. Whew, I'm a drippy girl. Big, deep breath. Exhale to release. Gently come out of this one. It's a big one. Switch those feet. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, space between the feet. That's going to help you balance. We're going to keep the heel down. Bend this front leg to start. Looking for a stretch in the back of the lower leg. Whew, heart rate should feel like it's coming back down. Nice work. Lift up the heel, tuck in the pelvis, and sink yourself down. Whoo, feeling that quad in the back of the leg. The quad in the front of the back leg. There we go. Squeeze the hip, push that hip forward, moving it up into the hip flexor. Check in with your body, see if that feels okay. Feel free to lift up if you feel good. Slightly to the side if you'd like, but you do not have to do any of those. Our main focus is our leg. That just gives us a little fascial stretch here. 1 more breath. Exhale to release. All the way up. Okay, nice and wide with those legs. We're going to go into one of those side lunges that we were in earlier, but we're going to hang out here for a minute. So 1 leg is going to bend, the other leg is straight, my bum is back. And I'm going to rest my hands on my bent leg. I'd like my back to be nice and straight here. We're looking for a stretch in the inner thigh. You can't see where I pointed. In the inner thigh. And you can achieve that by the different angles of your hips. So if you're feeling like you need a little bit more, maybe you tip your hips away from the ground. Your tailbone lifts away from the ground. 1 more breath. And then just come on out of that gently. Other side. Bum goes back. 1 knee is bent, 1 leg is straight. Change the angle of your pelvis, your hips, if that feels helpful. 1 more breath. Whew, I'm shaky all the way up. Okay, roll those shoulders. Palms are going to face up to start. We're going to draw those hands back, lift our head up long and tall, hug the ribs down. It's like I swear my cats have a timer in their rooms. They're like all hovering for their second breakfast. I go, it must be time again. Mom's stretching. All the way back to the start. Roll those shoulders. Hands once again are in front, palms face down this time. Opening up to the back of our body. Looking for a stretch more in the bicep muscle here. As you move those arms back. You can also play with the angle of your hand. That'll make a difference in what you're feeling. 1 more breath. Back to the start. Let's come to one side. So we've got a nice straight arm. I'm just hugging it to one side. Single-sided hug. Love that for us. Let that release. Give it a little shake. Other side. Beautiful, beautiful work, my friends. I hope you're just as drippy as I am, nice and sweaty, just like me. Give that a little shake. We're going to bring one arm behind us, give ourselves a little extra pat on the back here. You can use your other arm at the top to press back, or you can use it on the back of your arm. I want to make sure you don't feel like your head's being pushed down. We just did a lot of lifting it up long and tall, so let's leave it there. One more breath. And release. Other side. I hope that you feel incredible, whether you're starting your day like this, whether you're halfway through your day or you're ending it like this. Thank you for being here. Thank you for getting stronger. Release. Big deep breaths all the way in and out. Let's feel those ribs expand with these breaths. Big deep breath in and out. One more. Big deep breath in. And release. Give yourself a big hug and a pat on the back for a job well done. Thank you so much for coming to class today. I appreciate you and all your strong movements. Give me any feedback that you'd like, any minis that you want. Let me know. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here, and I will talk to you later. Be